Made the truth be told, I was down bad, now I got it on go. Finna count my dough till my thumb got slit. Put my neck on glitz, put my name on the list. Finna shine on the bitch, I'm from the bay, been player one, way too clean. I was born this way, this my DNA. I was EBT, now the bread on the way was the ETA. I done took my payment, it sound too clean. I'm a trail ass nigga, never thought I can't. Got $1 on me, what is life but a dream? I've been living my fate, nigga turn me up. I ain't even hit 10, bro, this shit like wait, let him feel my bass. Finna test your jaw like my last name Davis. Heard your slap, but it sound outdated. Wouldn't rate it. I got a 10 in the backseat, peeling off clothes. I'm 5 from the crib, and she putting on a show. Tell him keep my dust when the green light show. I'ma peel it off, niggas don't want this smoke. Little nigga, y'all want this smoke. I'ma spark that shit, I've been feeling on edge. I'ma burn that down to the ashes cold.
I'm on fire, more fire, more fire, more fire. Spark that shit, I've been feeling on edge. I'ma burn that down to the ash get cold. I'm on fire, more fire, more fire, more fire.
Spark this shit, don't fear no death. I'ma burn that down to the ashes cold.
I'm on fire, more fire, more fire, more fire, more fire. I'm on fire, I'm on fire, more fire, I'm on fire, more fire, more fire, more fire. I jump up and count my blessings. Yeah, I ball out so hard, got them thinking I'm man with dangerous. Yeah, look at me manifesting. I'm in love with the bread and look at the spread. I'm thinking I'm blueberry central. Sign on the dotted circle the amount. Hella O's like I went running routes. I wanted this since I jumped off of the porch. I've been in free since I lived on River's couch. Gold frames on me leading the charge. My eyes is open, I can see it to Mars. I'm Steve for the Mac serving up genius bars. Reach for the ceiling, nigga. I'm the same little nigga with a got to smile. Never backtrack, I'm a long way from home with the block too hot. I ain't touching on road, break ground when I grow. I was kissed by a rose. Niggas wouldn't go a mile if they lace my souls. I could walk on air like I'm stepping on stone. I'ma spark this shit, don't fear no death. I'ma burn that down to the ashes cold. More fire, more fire, more fire, more fire, more fire. I'm on fire, I'm on fire, no fire, I'm on fire, I'm on fire, no fire, no fire, no fire. I'm on fire, no fire, no fire, no fire, no fire. I'm on fire, I'm on fire.
Hey, hey, yeah. Put your trust in me. Coast to coast from JFK to Tuscany. Doing AMAs with all y'all, see what's up with me. Baby, fuck with me. On my dolo on the daily, but tonight I need some company. Come and link me. I don't care what I might open on your link tree. Clearing out your history. Ain't got no label now officially. In more ways than one, I'm independent, limousine riding, jet flying. That's what I made these figures for. I'm styling and profiling. Booked a suite, we on an island with it. She like the patches on my Yankee fitted. I take it off, she get undressed. I go to work and then it's back to business. I'm trying to activate. I left the island straight to Cali to recalibrate. This life I live has been an act of fate. Cause I did all this shit they say I exaggerate about. I won that debate. Never change what I'm on. Still the same through a storm. On a one-way gone. Where the love ain't gone. We back in it, she throwing her back in it. Late night riding through the city, back tinted. I was MIA, going through some shit, I'm back winning. Now we out the country in Milan, bag spinning. I know a lot of y'all that can't fuck with me. The lifestyle, luxury, the chain too custom-y. Europe for a month, now my bitch lack trust for me. But I'm done with these hoes, bro, the sex too rubbery. Dinner cost the ticket, shit, the steak so buttery. Crib landscape, not a lawn, ain't shrubbery. These lames feel dumb to me, pain feel numb to me. Circle got smaller, yo, them parties ain't fun to me. How the fuck I'm supposed to let them in close? Could see the phony from the eyes when we toast. Stayed down, didn't care about the size of the boat. Ride for my dogs, bitch, I die for the coast. Never change what I'm on. Still the same through a storm. On a one-way gone. Where the love ain't gone.
Yo, 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 yo. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Let me know if it sounds correctly. I'll join in just 1 second. I'm finishing something. I haven't eaten anything in all day. I'm finishing something and I'll hop right in. Yo. How you doing, guys? How's everyone doing? Been doing? Yo. Let me. Let's turn down the music. How y'all been doing, guys? How's been? I need to put my lights on, sorry. I always kind of forget something, you know what I mean? Yeah. Here we are, guys. Here we are yet again. Another stream. Look at my hair. I look like the how is it, the crazy carpenter beard? I'm tweaking, guys. Sorry. Been working all day. Like I haven't been able to stop. Like I'm doing some client stuff that I can't show you yet other than the keyboard stuff. And yeah, it's actually getting kind of real chilly here in Buenos Aires. And yeah, real chilly. And we're having an issue with our calefaction. And yeah, you turn it on and then it suddenly stops working and it's getting real chilly. But we're good, we're vibing. How you guys doing? Let me put the chat somewhere else, because I didn't do the pop-up chat. Here we are, going crazy. But yeah, how about you been doing, guys? Let me know if you have any questions before we start. I'm having we're getting a bit of glare from the light from the back. That's better, right? Yeah. You're now seeing the stream, right? Because the other day I hadn't go live. I wasn't live. Nah, we're live. We're live, dead ass. Yeah. What you been doing, guys? Did everyone give a go at the Design Dojo assignment? We can take a look at those if you want real quick. I actually took pictures on my own. And yeah, this is from week 11 of the Design Dojo. The assignment this week was to pick any kind of object. For me, I picked this. I don't know how you call this in English. It's like a drive cork, I think it's called. I don't know. I don't know how to say this in English, but I picked this. And the point of the exercise was to pick an object and get so close to it and take pictures, but getting so close or putting the object in some kind of way that you kind of lose the object. You know what I mean? It's an exercise about pushing in and almost getting some abstract photos. You know what I mean? Then with editing, we can push them further. But the goal really is to see if we can get images and get something out of a random object. You know what I mean? And if you push enough, if you can get images, cool stuff out of this, imagine what you can do with something a lot more intentional. You know what I mean? So it's an exercise for paying attention to the nooks, the crevices from all these everyday objects we got all around us. You know what I mean? Sometimes we go online and we're looking for pictures of whatever that are not really even part of our own process, right? Even more now with the coming up of AI, that I love using AI as a tool, but sometimes it can become like a weighted best if you don't use it properly. We sort of cheat ourselves and saying it's liberating us when it's really making us creatively lazy if not used responsibly. And it's the same with we going online and you're looking for pictures on Google or Pinterest. I've done that for sure in the past, right? We're just looking for images and we just grab them, and it's not a really good practice because it makes you lazy. You know what I mean? So I guess it's important to do these kind of exercises that push us to look for our assets in our space, you know what I mean, and to actually come up with them, which I think it's amazing. And I guess it's not something that's maybe we hope to do it every time, but it's a really nice exercise to push our ability to see what's around us. You know what I mean? So yeah, I want to take a quick look at the Discord because I think we had a few that were really cool. Let's go to the dojo feedback. We're gonna do this real quick because it's not really, there's not really that much. And I get that some of y'all didn't try it that heavily because it's a kind of weird exercise. I know, you know what I mean? So these are some pictures that one of you took. These are really great because I can't discern the object, you know what I mean? It's kind of all over the place. It wasn't part of the exercise that you could cut them. It was, you could edit, but in the sense of like making a crop, you know what I mean? Making the selection out of the image itself. This is a bit more editing that it was supposed to, but the spirit of the exercise, it's still good, I think. This one, it's amazing. I have no clue what this object is, but the pictures are really evocative, right? These are assets that we could well use for a poster or for an identity or whatever it is, you know? Yeah, the exercise was about making 5 of them, and the object was this. So this is amazing. Again, guys, it's a really nice exercise to get into the nooks and crannies of whatever is around us and finding our inspiration there, you know, really noticing and paying attention to our surroundings. It's a overpowered like thing, you know. We go into Google, we go to AI, and look at this that my guy did. From this, I can kind of see that it's a bottle, you know, but with a bit more editing, you could perfectly use this for something, you know what I mean? Look at this gradient. This is a picture of a bottle. This is great. If you put like a portrait, you could even put a portrait on the monitor and then shoot through the bottle, and you could get like a really nice effect, you know what I mean? This one, it's amazing. With just a bit of editing, you could make it look like it's a wormhole into another dimension or something like that. But yeah, here my guy, really nice, simple, but this was the exercise, you know what I mean, guys? Just to see what kind of cool images we could get. And yeah, if you want to upload something to here and for me to have it, give it a go and take a look at it. But these are great. Yeah, all of this. My guy took this from, was last week's exercise, but the picture he used, this was the poster. I told him that this was going to be really nice for the next week because I already knew what the next week exercise was going to be. So here he did it first, you know what I mean? Without noticing, it was about picking an object, but he did the chair, right? But he didn't really highlighted the chair. He used the chair to create like a pattern. And here, if you zoom it just a bit more, you kind of entirely lose the chair and get a really nice like texture, you know what I mean? So here my guy really overdid it. Like, look at this. Like here, and my guy has a perfectly usable pattern that's evocative, that's interesting visually, you know, and it's some chairs when you zoom back. So that's what I mean with this exercise. Maybe now that you're watching this and maybe you're getting it a bit better, I would really encourage you guys to give this exercise a go because it's really powerful. I don't do this enough. And I would like to try it even more, you know what I mean, to get more interesting images and to play more with the camera. Right now with our phones, we have pretty powerful hardware at our hands, you know what I mean? So it's not really, it's a waste to not use it, you know what I mean? It's not always for the sake of simplicity and speed. Sometimes it's nice to get in there, you know what I mean, and try to find some shit. So yeah, let me see my images. Here are my images. Let me open a Photoshop file. Let's open. Let's do 2000 by 2500. Okay, something like that. Let's just crop every image we use to this kind of aspect ratio, you know what I mean? I'm well positioned here. Sorry guys if you hear a lot of noise from the outside. Can you hear it? Yeah, I'm fighting a lot with because this new room has a lot of echo. You know what I mean? It has a lot of echo. I need to treat the room so it sounds a lot better. But if I leave it closed, I need to have some air like circulating, you know what I mean? So I don't get a headache. But yeah, right now there is a bunch of noise outside. I don't know if you can hear it. But yeah. So let's go back to the images. So these are all the images that I've got. I might just put them over here. I have a bunch. Yeah, it's definitely a fun. My guy here is saying, sorry, I'm moving because here the camera, sorry. My guy is saying it's definitely a fun exercise to think differently, like a photographer looking for the abstract. Yes. I like to think it's like a photographer. I wanted to not like get caught up in like an identity, you know. The photographer is more like you're using photography or your camera as a tool to get a nice image, you know, because you want to create the experience of the image you're trying to look for, and it's not like you're going into. It's not like this is a exercise for photographers only, you know. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like a tool of photography, but we use it to conjure an image, you know what I mean? To summon a cool image, you know? And of course I'm using like the new iPhone, it has like a really nice camera, like the macro lens that it has, it's really good. And first I would like to for example, here already we have something that I think it's really cool, but let's go back. Let's go one at a time. I don't want to jump into the tools. I'm showing you this view of the exercise because I think it's really nice to not focus on the tools on themselves. I mean, like in Photoshop, to just focus on what's happening on the screen. And you can let me know if you want to get something more specific. But for example, right now, on top of everything, I'm gonna be dropping a gradient map, and below the gradient map, I'm gonna be dropping a curves adjustment layer. In the gradient map, I'm gonna put some color to it, but I'll show you why in a second. This is the gradient map, and I'm just changing the blending mode of the gradient map because I just want to give the image just a bit of color, you know. I'm using the gradient map to color the image a little bit. Like that. And now below everything, I'm gonna use, these sections aren't out yet. These are to create really fast like noises. So I create that noise and then finer noise into both. We're gonna get just a bit of blur. I always do this. I always show you this trick, but I think it's goated. We're gonna set it to overlay. This one to overlay also. So it's really noisy, really gritty. And both layers, we're gonna get rid of the fill just a little bit. So we have something more easier to work with. You know what I mean? I'm gonna change this because I want to get something a lot more cooler to the eyes. Like cooler in the sense of cold colors. Something like that I like. And you can see the tonal difference that we get with the gradient map. It's really cool, right? This is without the gradient map nor the levels, the curves that I did. What's good, my guy? So now that we have something that I kind of like, you know, once you get your pictures and maybe, you know, we start to pull in, you know, we start to work with something like this. We start to really get in, you know. Also, the noise and the coloring with the gradient map helps to, if we get like too inside like a photograph and we blow it up a lot, it helps us fight a bit of the pixeling and the blurriness, you know what I mean? But this is kind of what we want right now. We want blurriness. We want to lose the object, you know what I mean? And now I'm playing with this. We can grab something. Look at this. This is really great. I like it. But that was not the point of the exercise. It should look like a photograph, but it should be a bit more abstract. You know what I mean? No, actually, let's leave it like this. And I want to, let's see if I add a hue and saturation and turn it black and white. No, it's okay. I like the original tone, but I want to get rid a bit of that like reddish color that it has over there. You see it? Yeah, there I kind of like it. This is a much more intuitive exercise. It's not so much about, it's not so logic like typography or some of that kind of stuff that you can go by feel, you know what I mean? But here it's about just putting the photographs, cropping them in an interesting way, and just seeing what you can find, you know what I mean? Here we have an image. I'm gonna just save this one. I'm gonna like a JPEG high, 70%, save it. Yeah, just name it untitled, let's go. And from this same photograph, let's see what happens if I turn it around. Here we have another one. Take a look at this, guys. You see what I mean? And just like that, you start playing. I have this one that I think is really great, but you can see here, you kind of see the object, you know what I mean? Like this is a picture of that. Why it's not focusing? There. See? And like so, we can come closer. Maybe to this part. right? And we are looking for different kind of compositions, you know, all within the same object, within the same thing. Like, what is this even? You know what I mean? You know, but as an image, it's interesting. This could very well be like an interesting, like, I don't know, render to use on a poster. It's about creating an interesting composition, you know what I mean? Or when I studied painting and to be a concept artist, we would do exercises similar to this one, you know, but it would be, let me see if I can try to do it. Let me save this image. We would do something like this, you know. We would be doing like some selection here, right? Now let me see if I can do it like, this is all like, we're gonna separate the values. I'm gonna try to do this real quick because it has nothing to do with what we're doing, but it's similar, you know what I mean? And maybe to this, we would have to, I'm gonna just paint with a bluish value, make it a bit more light, you know, something like this. Turn down the fill, right? In the background, it would be like even lighter. Something like this. And then to the front, it would be like a darker hue, you know, like something like this, right? And the point of this was to see if we could sort of map like an illustration of maybe like a landscape or something, in which maybe we have like a character here. Maybe you have like a character here that's with its staff. You know what I mean? It's like a wizard or something, I don't know. And it's standing there, and the point of the exercise was seeing if we could find like this interesting composition within everyday objects, you know what I mean? And from here, like, start building the compositions. Like that, something like that. You know what I mean? And just like that, you started, and then you had to paint over it and finding the landscape, finding the composition, you know? But this is more like a concept art exercise. That's still a great one, but yeah, really crazy. Let me know, guys, if you have any question or anything. Oh, right now, yeah, it's the stream live, right? Yeah. Yeah, I had PTSD from last stream, guys. Let me get rid of that layer. Let's see if we can find anything else on this one. Yeah, it's exactly that. It's an exercise for experimenting, for letting go, for just seeing if we can find something in these subjects. You know what I mean? This picture I like, but we can kind of see what it is. If I put it like so, maybe. But yeah, this one is not great. You see, this one is cooking. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. This could be very well like a picture of whatever, you know? Maybe we go to... I'm just grabbing any picture to create like a really simple composition. But look at that, guys. Really simple. And you can turn the something like that. And if you want to go really crazy, we drop a threshold. And that's it. That's game. You know what I mean? He always did the same thing, you know. But again, here we have a really nice one. We can go really inside if you want, like so. Not in a million years you would know this is a, I don't know, like a cork, like a bottle opener. It was so simple. It is a bottle opener. Yeah, here we have another. Let's play a bit with the values. I'm just naming them whatever, you know. Here we have another. This one's a bit better, I think, than the last one. But see how the corroded metal looks almost like meat, you know what I mean? This looks like some kind of being, you know, like something crazy. We have another. This one is really good because it has that line at the back part that you would never guess what it is. But it's interesting, you know. This could be, I don't know. And you wouldn't come up with this image like just at the top of your head, you know what I mean? You need to look for it. You need to go and find it, you know. Sometimes we think of like we need to, and I used to be in this camp like in my junior years, that thinking that the image in its final state had to have the image in its final state had to have come from your imagination 100%, you know what I mean? And it's not at all like that. You develop your tools, you develop the ways in which you can look for these images, right? Experimenting, that is what experimentation is. And this is a really nice exercise for that. Or at least to build the practice of like getting close, you know, getting close and personal and seeing what you find, you know what I mean? It's like lifting a rock. Oh, there's a bunch of spiders there. Oh, that's really cool for a poster, you know what I mean? And yeah, now here we have another. This one is really great. I really like this image. We can subvert it by putting it more like this. Or maybe we keep the shadow, like only the shadow. Let's see what happens if we keep only the shadow. It's not that interesting, you know what I mean? But see what happens, like here, here you can kind of see that it's a bottle opener, you know what I mean? Here you can kind of still see it, but if we go, now it's not so clear. I think I like more of this direction. You know? And here we have an easy poster, you know what I mean, guys? This is a classic this is a classic like layout for a poster, you know what I mean? We need a boom, you know, instant Swiss design poster. Maybe more like here. Right, and here we do like that. You know what I mean? Boom, poster. Did I already save this image? I don't remember. Ooh, this one was better. This one was better, I feel. Okay, but for this one, I think the gradient, it's a bit better. So we can go like this, boom. Like that, works. 10. Oh, this one is good, but I don't like the backdrop that I picked. Let's see if I go really zooming in. No, I don't like this. Oof. Here we have a nice one. There. There we have one. Oh, this one's great. Let me see. Which one's better? This one's better, I guess. We can see this, we can see the bottle opener too much. I guess. Maybe if the image is upside down, maybe it breaks a little bit. I can sort of lose the object. Maybe like that, it creates an interesting something. This I like. Another. Let me know, guys, if you have any question whatsoever, okay? About the exercise or whatever. Oh, this one I remember I liked. But we need to get real, like, close. like that. Oh, this one's also nice. I feel. Because you can see some sort of device, but it's not clear what it is. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of the exercise, you know, guys. And then the next exercise, we're gonna be doing like a poster with the images we took, you know. I think there you can see that it's some sort of device, but you can't really tell what it is, you know. You can't also figure out if it's small or if it's large, you know. When this one was from the first ones. But we have already one like this one. So now that we had the ones that we did, now let me jump to this view. And right now I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna make a really large. So the originals. Now let's bring the edited ones here and let's bring them oh, there is one I hadn't saved. There is one I did not save. This one I hadn't saved. Like this. And now what I'm gonna do is just place the images and see how they look like in a sequence, you know, like putting them all next to each other side by side. Oh, one had the same name. Let me know, guys, how the audio sounds, because I've been going crazy with it, really trying to fix it because of the echo I already told you about. It wasn't sounded great, but now I think it sounds pretty good. Let me know also what you think about the exercise or whatever. So now let's bring the images. You see, we're gonna make them a bit smaller. Just like that, you know. Let's go. Thank you, Owen. The exercise was grabbing 5 pictures that were interesting, that brought something new to the system each time, you know. So I think here, for example, we have a nice like sequence, you know what I mean? This one is great. What do we have down here? Well, you see, but you could say these two are bringing almost the same rhythm to the system. They are kind of similar in weight, like in feeling, they are kind of similar, and I prefer this one, you know what I mean? So we're gonna get rid of this one. Now, what's the one here? Okay, this one's nice because it's really close. So it's nice, like, for a sense of rhythm in the series. It's nice to have like one that it's like super far, and then once that's super close, you know, that change in rhythm. It's almost the same as in editing. One second, guys. What I was saying? Oh yeah, the rhythm. You know, so we have like a nice mix. What's this one? Oh, this one's this one. What we have down here? Oh, we need to have one of these, you know. So this one I didn't like as much. This one I feel it needs to be on the sequence. And this one I think we can do better. I think this one can pretty well be in this spot. What is this one? This one was really good also. And what was this one? This one. This one is good, I feel. But where do we put it, you know? Look here, guys. Here we have, I feel, like a nice... Here I feel we have like a nice sequence of images. Like from watching this sequence of 4 images, what do you think it's lacking? The one that answers correctly wins a free asset pack. the one that answers correctly wins an asset pack. Whatever he wants. Look at the image, at the sequences. What image do you think goes there? What kind of image? This one I think works, but why? Why do you think it works? Come on, guys. No one wants to win a free asset pack? What the fuck? We've been talking about it on the stream, on the systems, on the typography systems. And I just said like a key aspect of what. No. No, it doesn't have to do with the aesthetic. Okay. It helps with the contrast, but contrast of what? It's not in the contrast of the... It's not about the contrast in the lights or dark or anything really. Like it's in relation to the object, with the camera in the object. Like why that second image? Okay, Owen just won an asset pack. No. Owen won an asset pack. Shoot me an email, shoot me a message on Instagram and I'll hook you up with whatever you want. But yeah, it's the distance. The distance. We have some really, really close. Then we have something a bit more stepped away. Then we have another one really close, another one stepped away, another one really, really close. You know what I mean? It's what I was talking about before, about starting to form that rhythm as we do when we do systems of pieces. We do stuff that it's more busy with stuff that can breathe more. You know what I mean? Let's go. Bro did it. Bro figured it out. So yeah, I think this is a nice sequence of images. Yeah. This is a nice sequence. I'm gonna put later. Yeah, I'm gonna do a post about this because I think it's really cool. And yeah, encourage you also try this exercise, guys. Try this exercise. If anything, you get something cool to post. You know what I mean? Yo, these are actually really nice. They are really, really, really. Shout out to the iPhone 16's camera. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna put the earpiece in the other one because sometimes I scream too much and my voice is practically gone when we finish these streams, guys. So yeah, here we have it. You know what I mean? Let's save this. Let's put it in the desktop as week 11. And let's close this when it's done. Do you guys like save everything? You save everything in the folders they actually go, or you put it in the desktop and then drag it to whatever it is? Kind of a random question, but I always ask myself, what do people do about it? Because it sometimes it's a mess, and I've been trying to keep my files organized. You know what I mean? Like I've been doing this. I have like on my drive, I have the projects from there numbered with legal stuff, personal stuff, design syndrome stuff. And then I have it like this: client work, the other personal projects, design assets, and let's say, for example, clients. I have the one of 0, I have the legal, mood board, the images that I'm working with, And the products, here we have the keycaps. For example, we won, and we go to the engraved set. And actually, now that we're doing this, let me go into the engraved set. This is the one we're working with. Yeah. Yeah, and right now while we are talking, it's because we are not sure if the we're not sure if the manufacturing plant can work with this JPEG, or they need me to send like this, you know, the vector like the Illustrator file that has like all the keys like separated, you know what I mean? That's the getaway. That's the good old way. You know what I mean? That works. The bro said, "Oh, sorry, I activated the music with the touching it." Once the project is finished, then I organize all in folder. But meanwhile, it's all over the desktop. That would be a mess if you're working with a bunch of projects at the same time. I would kill myself. And now that for example, when you start to take on projects that have multiple phases, like mood board, then the concept, then the sketch, then the final, then whatever, if you don't put it in folders, like by the time you're doing it, it's a mess like later. And I've got into the habit of making like a bunch of copies. If I have like a version 1, I do copy paste version 1A, version 1B, and whatever. So I keep everything, because it had happened to me a bunch of times that the client says, "Oh, but let's go back to the previous one, you know." Yeah, date. I'm doing the version 1. The date, not the date, but the version 1 is goated. My neck. So yeah, here I'm gonna populate this just a bit more. Here we have all keys, the F3 key. Yeah, let's just try to populate this just a bit more and prepare it to send to print. Here the effect. This is the effect that I taught how to do this one. This is the hard press layer style effect. I show you how to do this on my YouTube channel. It's really easy to follow the tutorial. Let me put it like that. And now what I've done is I put the effect on the group itself. Sorry, the layer style, it's on the group itself, and then I put in everything here, like inside the group, so it's neatly organized, and I can do it live. You know, each time I put anything on the set, like it shows. And this is the Jack font from Doron. This is not the final use I'm gonna use. This is not the final one I'm gonna use. I'm not sure yet. I might end up doing one. I kind of like this one though. It's really hard, but I want to do like a specific like set of symbols for every glyph, you know what I mean? Maybe I keep the numbers, but we'll see, because we're a bit crunched on time. And I really like how the Jack font looks, but I wanted to do something a bit more custom, you know what I mean? So we have the F4 copy, which is this one, I feel. F5. Let's put in like that. F6. Let's move it over here. So yeah, this color of keycaps, we are seeing how we can do, because we you know guys that I don't know if you can see that it has like a gradient, like it's a bit lighter on the top and a bit more dark at the bottom. And we're trying to see how can we do that, because it depends a lot on the method they use to produce the keys, you know. And if I can send the file just as it is, it's gonna be far better for me to prepare the files and everything. If not, it's gonna be a headache to put it all together. But I'm gonna have to do it because this set, guys, this set is gonna be, if it turns out good, I can see this set being all over the place. You know what I mean? Going really viral. And I'm gonna show you the other set, the one that it's a bit more full, it's a bit more developed. Oh, there is one thing I don't remember about the function keys, because let me check. No, there was F10. Oh no, F10. No, that's okay. But how are we doing this one? I guess we are justifying to the left. You see why the font is not. I need to both lines there. There, got it. There. There. There we have all the F keys. Now we should put some symbols up in here. Let me see something about this color. This key here. And also, like, without the gradient, the keycap set looks fire, you know? This is nice, but this keycap set is normal. If I put it on multiply, it only shows the black parts. I need to get the right play between all the colors with the thing below, you know what I mean? If I put it on add, color dodge. The color burn I really like. I really like how it looks. You see how it's not like the shadow is not black. It has like a weird color effect. I guess if I do like multiply, I'm not sure. No, this is path through. This is the texture here, the keys. Because the clear parts, I don't think it looks so good here on the orange one. On the gray ones, it looks crazy. And actually, like, if you see this detail, that detail on the A, for example, like that's gonna be printed on this size. Like, imagine that printed in this size, you know what I mean? You see it? Like, it would look great. But yeah, we need to figure out how to send this to the dudes, you know what I mean? But yeah. We need to keep populating this. Oh. Yeah, here we have more keys. Here are the F keys. Here we have the numbers. Okay. We have a 9. The 9. That. Do you know anything about how good tech in Monterrey, Mexico is for graphic design? Thinking of going there as someone from the US. I don't know, my guy. I'm from Argentina. I don't know if that university it's good for graphic design. You could check online. Like I've heard, like Mexico, it has some really nice graphic design schools. Yeah. And also would kind of think like if you're going all the way to go to university, like you might want to ask around how is it for like you're from the US, like I guess you know Spanish, or I guess you should if you're gonna go to Mexico and really like get into the culture, because I think that one of the biggest things if you're going to go to another country to study or whatever is you have a really nice chance to get into the culture and meeting some friends from other country. I think that's really important. That's gonna and it's gonna help your career a lot, you know what I mean? So think about that, like don't get too close. If you suffer not being so close to friends or family and it's really hard for you to know people, like I guess it's important that you also think about that. Will you ever do a tutorial showing how to design a poster in Noah Cabe's style? I saw you follow him on IG. Greetings from Poland. Who is... I think... I don't know what style is that. Let me see the dude's style. Like this guy. This guy is from Argentina. This is from my country. Albert Camus, Goated. Yeah, he has like a mixture of styles. It's not like that this is his style, you know what I mean? Like other from the Threshold, but I like that he uses color. I can teach you how to do stuff like this, but for example, this composition is crazy. This composition, it's super great. This one, this poster I saw from him, this is crazy. I love this poster. Yeah. Like I can show you how to do this effect. It's not his effect, you know what I mean? But he composes the images in a really interesting way, which is what gives his poster like his signature style, you know what I mean? That I can't teach you. His Instagram, it's Noah Cabes. No acabes the don't finish, like don't come, you know? No acabes. No acabes, it's Spanish for don't come, like don't finish, you know? This poster is crazy. Leslie wrote. Showing his work on stream. I just let him know. Albert Camus. Camus goated writer. Amazing pieces. Yeah. Yeah, just goated. You know what I mean? So yeah, here I put 10. It doesn't go here, and here we put in. Actually, I just remember, because I'm trying to meet people, other designers here from my country. With a friend of mine, we're just trying to get more in touch. You know, after I got back from the Creator Camp, the festival, I feel much more inclined to reach out to people, right? I'm in Buenos Aires, which is one of the most important cities or capitals in the world, and I mean, there are people that would dream of living in this city, being from other parts of my country, you know what I mean? And sometimes I feel like I don't take advantage of that enough, you know? Buenos Aires, it's such a landmark, you know what I mean? Worldwide. And sometimes I feel like I don't use the privilege enough, you know? So I really want to push out there and just meeting people, you know? I guess you don't need to be in Buenos Aires or in any major city, but being in a major city, for example, there are a bunch of people that come here, but when they come from other places, maybe they take it a bit more seriously because they don't take it for granted. You know what I mean? Like the vast majority of my career as a graphic design, I could be living in any other city of Buenos Aires and would have been similar. I don't say the same because the access is not the same, for example, to get some computer parts or whatever it is, right? I'm not that stupid to think that doesn't have an effect. But yeah, like just putting myself out there more, you know, to gather more experiences with other people, not just being so caught up here on my setup, you know, like munching away at the keyboard. I can't find this symbol. Oh, here it is. And here we have Oh, Nico is from Argentina also. He says, I'm also from Capital, beautiful city, now living in Mar del Plata, also a great city, but the vibe that Buenos Aires has is just totally different. Yeah, Mar del Plata is like a coastal city from Argentina. And it's like 300 kilometers or so from the capital city, and it's our go-to like ocean access to the sea ocean, you know what I mean? It's a beautiful city, but in some aspects it looks like it's stuck in time. It looks like it still looks like a city from the 90s, you know what I mean? It hasn't modernized as much as Buenos Aires, but it's goated. Like if you come to Argentina, it's not from the best like coastal cities in the world or whatever, but it's a vibe, you know what I mean? If you want to experience like what Argentina was like some years in the past, then go to Mar del Plata. Okay. This is a really great modular font. Like it's built on modules, and it's really easy to. It's not easy to make. It's so simple that it's amazing because it's so simple as a font, you know. No. This is the K? K. Ah. El. The K fucked up. Where's the L? This is gonna be M. Yeah. Brother is saying I think exactly the same. Also talking about the people, it's mostly elders living here and somehow that make the overall appearance stuck in time. Yeah. There's a bunch of elderly people and yeah, but I guess a lot of the facade of the exercise, a lot of the facade from the buildings, they don't have like really modern buildings, you know, so it has that really late 90s vibe to it, which I think is kind of hard actually. Also with the big casino, it's an icon of the city of Mar del Plata. That's on the main street, you know. Oh, I did something wrong. Oh, because all of these letters go like this, like one to the left. Okay. Then here we're gonna grab these two. This one's gonna be like so. Like so. Sorry guys, I've gone into fully autistic mode. Oh. Oh, can you hear me guys? Like, it kind of went away for a second, I think. Let me know if you have any other question, guys. If you want to talk about something else, if you have any questions. Oh, let me check. I asked on Instagram, but I just asked. I don't know if anybody answered. Like on the diffusion channel. Oh no. No questions. Let me know here, guys, if you have any questions or whatever. If you want to chat about something. I'm just almost finished with this. At least to have something that we can send to print. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, these two. Put here. Tick. Tick. So there we have a few. Burnt out. That's a topic, you know what I mean? Yeah, you can. I sometimes I feel burnt out, but I found that it doesn't have to do as much. Let me like put the big screen for this answer. Like bro is asking, do you ever feel burnout? It seems to be a common theme in the profession. Sorry, I'm gonna do it again because I need this for the guy that does my clips for the short form. And so if I repeat something, that's why, you know what I mean. Do you ever feel burnout? It seems to be the common theme in the profession. And I felt burnt out in the past, and I've continued to do every time that I get to do more work. And I don't think it's related to the quantity of work, but the overall direction and your mental state. Because sometimes you can do more work, but it all feels kind of aimless, you know, like there is no end to it. And that lack of overall structure and at least trying to know why you are doing it, right? and what is your aim to get in return, that usually leads sometimes to the burnout, to maybe not feeling creatively fulfilled, right? Right now I'm doing a lot of work between the YouTube channel and everything. I think I'm working more than I ever worked, right? But the times that I felt more burnt out was when I was grinding the algorithm, right? That brought me the biggest growth in social media for my channel in particular, for Design Syndrome, as the Instagram account, you know what I mean? But in that period, I was feeling the most burnt out, because was work that had a purpose and whatever, was what was not like creatively fulfilling, you know what I mean? After I turned like the angle and the way I do my social media stuff. But I think the key to burnout, or to not burn out as much, is to try to balance the work that you do between what's useful and what needs to be done and what creatively fulfills you, right? It's not about exerting effort just because, you know what I mean? Like, you need to be smart about it so it's sustainable, right? But also, I don't think that this is, I don't know if this is good advice, but it's my advice, you know what I mean? Like, don't be so afraid of burning out, like burn out. Like, actively try to burn out once, right? Like, don't get into the pattern of burning out, falling into a hole, then burning out again. That's not what I mean, right? But all the times that I've experienced burnout, right, for better or for worse, by the end of the burnout, I had a chunk of work that I have done, right? And that work is not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, develop some sort of strategy or path that you want to go to, and burn out. Just burn out. You know what I mean? Like, try once to see where is your limit, and then start to gauge it. It's really hard to start from the beginning, like, oh, I don't want to burn out. Let me tell you a story about this. Has more to do with the physical, with training, with exercise, all of that. So I know a bunch of people that trained really hard, but because of some injury, they had to stop, and it kind of fucked with their head a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a person that loves to train, and I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I felt terrible if I couldn't train or couldn't use my body properly. You know what I mean? So I was training pretty hard, and at one time, I was listening to this Russian coach that he said that he prefers volume to intensity, right? So I took it the wrong way. I took it as just train, like, to avoid injury, because injury is the worst that can happen to you, right? Injury being burnout. You know what I mean? That point that you can't train anymore because you need to stop to regenerate, right? To get to baseline. That was a bad interpretation of my part, right? Because that led me to work out at a pace that I thought was making progress, but I was just at the bare minimum maintaining my performance, my gains in every aspect, not just, I'm not aiming just to get big. I want to get fast. I want to get more athletic, you know what I mean? But this was a period of 3 years that I worked afraid of getting injured, right? And that made me not push myself to the point that I wasn't getting any gains, you know what I mean? I wasn't progressing, but I wasn't getting injured, but I wasn't progressing also, you know what I mean? And at that time, I can remember, like, I could die by that take, like, no, I'd rather train volume and not get injured to not hinder my progress later down the line. Yeah, but it will get you to that point if you are too afraid of something. Yeah, you could burn out from work, right? And we don't want that. Like, we don't want that happening every time. But there are times in which balance is too hard to achieve, right? Sometimes it's easier to just let go and go insane. You know what I mean? Burn out, get to that limit, find what it is. You know what I mean? And maybe you'll find, and I've increasingly have been finding for myself, that I can burn out, right? And then I can I go back to a more balanced approach, right? But balance, I think, is not so much something that you try to achieve like as a constant. You are constantly balanced, you know what I mean? Like, it's impossible to do all the things properly at the same time, right? For example, now I'm more in a work mode, right? And I'm maintaining certain relationships that I cherish, right? In a pace that I could maintain them and still nurture them. My training has come down quite a bit, but I'm still maintaining it, right? My habits of eating, again, I can't eat the way I want if I want to work the quantity of work that I'm doing right now, right? And I'll get out of this phase to a more easy, more how do you say, like lower pace of working, so I can go back to the other stuff, right? When you zoom out, you'll see a balance between heavy working, heavy resting, heavy relationships, heavy training phases. It's not that you do everything heavily all the time, right? And it's not like you do everything so to achieve a balance. The balance, you see it when you zoom out and you see, oh, he did phases in which he traveled a lot, phases in which he worked a lot, phases in which he took his health to the next level. But you can't do everything great all the time. Not your friends, not your health, not your work, right? If you try to do everything at the same time, it's like balancing a lot of plates, they'll fall to the ground. And that's where you burn out, you know what I mean? But because you are exerting a lot of effort in a lot of different spaces, that it clash a lot, you know what I mean? So what I found is that it's better just to pick a few pillars that you need to go well, right? For me, as if I'm working hard, it's working. I turn down a notch of the training. I try to keep the eating healthy, you know what I mean? My relationship with my girlfriend, some friends, right? There are other months that I'm partying all the weekends with my friends to really get back to into the group, you know what I mean? Because I'm that kind of guy that just, it's off, you know what I mean? And you won't see me because I'm working, and my friends know that I'm kind of like that, but then we come back and it's all good. But sometimes I need to catch myself, like, oh, you need to go back, and you can't just ghost everyone, you know what I mean? So that balance and that awareness is what will keep you like moving, you know? This is ultimately what being a ninja is having that awareness and jumping to one state to the other, not getting so locked in that like you're just, no, I'm just gonna work because this is all the grind and it's 24/7. No, it's a tool. We use it when we must, and then we shift. It's time to maintain the body. Okay, we'll shift to that, you know? So I think that's my take on burnout. Like, don't be so afraid about it. Like, you're not made out of porcelain. You won't break, you know? I mean, you break if you strain yourself constantly year by year, you know, overworking yourself, not really knowing why, right? Just because you think you have to achieve some measure of success that's not really your idea, you know, that can burn you mentally, you know, and physically and spiritually and in all the ways, you know what I mean? But my advice, if you're starting out, burn out, go crazy, find your limit and then dial it back. You know what I mean? Don't tell your therapist that I told you this. Sorry, back to a piece. Sorry, I really wanted to talk about that because I was thinking about it a lot, like lately. Oh, sorry. I'm new to this channel. I literally found your account a couple hours ago and checked out the Discord. I was wondering if you have any general courses for design. No, this is my course for design. Like if you want a graphic design course to learn everything, just jump into the Discord. I do it for free. The Design Dojo is for free. It will continue to be for free. I'm currently in the talks to get a pretty large sponsor. I can tell you nothing about it yet, but that's my pitch, you know what I mean? Like, I learned from one of the best graphic design school that it's a public school, so I learned for free. So I really want to extend that privilege, you know? So I know that for some of y'all, design school is really expensive. Maybe you're from abroad, you're from the States, it's really expensive. Or maybe you're from Argentina also, you're from some Latin American country, and I'm trying to balance that out. I'm trying to find a way in which I can start doing this also in Spanish, like properly in Spanish. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, I learned for free, so I think it's nice to be able to extend that privilege back to others, you know. And the things we see in the dojo, the exercise that we do, are versions, shorter versions of the ones that I did in university for graphic design. So really nice exercises. And something that I'm kind of like torn. It's someone once said to me, because I told that I wanted to do this for free, and they told me like things that are gifted are not like cherished. You know what I mean? Like you don't see the value sometimes in something that's free. If I charged like $50 to enter the challenge, a lot of more people would upload pieces, because the one that paid are gonna take it seriously, right? And sometimes because something is free, you kind of take it for granted and you don't put like the effort needed, you know, to make something out of it. So that's like one thing I want to say, because the Design Dojo, it's free, but it's tremendous value. Like I'm just literally giving it for free, like because of this that I told you, and also like being completely real, right? It's a nice way for me to get me to stream every week, right? To get me to engage with the community on the Discord, to make me do content on the daily. You know what I mean? It has pluses and nice things about it in every aspect I look, right? It's nice for the mission, it's nice for the content, it's nice for me practicing streaming, you know, it's all positive. So, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that the Design Dojo is something that I could easily charge for. And maybe it would be better for me if I charged for it, but it would be worth for the entire community, you know what I mean? But sometimes when things are free, people don't like cherish it, you know what I mean? Like don't see it as something that maybe it doesn't have that value. That's why it's free, right? It's the mentality that late stage capitalism had put us in, but you know what I mean? But yeah, like I don't know how to change that perfection without charging money. Would love to watch more videos for how to design t-shirt design. Yeah, I have one that I did for a Travis Scott t-shirt on my channel. But again, guys, like I don't like to get into like t-shirt design, poster design. Like design principles apply across all the stuff. Like I can show you like a t-shirt, how to design a t-shirt tutorial, but it will be in a very closed style, you know what I mean? I'm not giving you like the gems of fundamentals of how to think about it, so you can design a t-shirt in every style that you can think about, you know what I mean? So yeah, get into the dojo, my guys. That's what I can say. Okay, we have this here. But yeah, how you guys are doing? Anyone new here? Anyone new to the stream? Anyone new to Design Syndrome that maybe just found me or whatever? Also, guys, what games are you playing? I want to like organize like let's play some games. You know what I mean? Let's do some bullshit. Like I wasn't playing any games and. Agree on balancing things. Everything is a balance. Too much of one thing is not good. I have learned that the hard way multiple times. That's great, but you learned, and the only way that you can learn is tripping with the thing. Like I can tell you all my experiences, but you need to go through it to understand and to find your own flavor of balance. But let me know, my guy. Like I'm sure that through burning out and through finding that edge, like you find your edge, you know, you find where your limit lies, right? I think you're far better off finding the limit and then turning it back than just like working like timidly, trying to not get hurt, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to go insane, you know? Right now, I'm on that mood. Like I've stopped trying to to balance. I'm gonna train, I'm gonna eat healthy, and I'm gonna work. And in maybe the next month, I'll holler back at the friends that I do want to see, I want to check out on. And that's it, bro. Like, things are doggy dog out in these streets, you know what I mean? Like, we don't really have that much time to fuck around. Because I'm in that mode now. Talk to me in a couple months and I'll be all monk in your ass. I'll be all, nah, we need to listen to our bodies and be one with our awareness so that we can love the people that surround us. You know what I mean? That's me in a couple months. Me now, let's go insane. Let's go fucking insane. But that's movement, you know? That's movement, that's being a ninja. Like you can have whatever idea you want. But being a real G, it's being able to change your mind at will to have at your disposal whatever mind frame or whatever mindset you need at the time. You can just conjure it up and just be that person, you know what I mean? That's the ultimate mind hack. Like, change the way you are just by thinking. Don't listen to me, guys. I'm literally going insane. So, okay, this is the... Oh, no. This should be the enter. These are not the final icons, my guy. I'm just putting stuff up. For sure, that's great, my guy. Oh yeah, definitely. I have cycles. Lock in, party, travel, be social, then back to work. That's great. But the key is not to feel guilty about it. It's not like you lock in, then you, oh no, I left all my friendships fall apart. Then you go into repair mode, and then you, oh, I'm not traveling the world. And then you go travel the world because you feel like you must. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, I'm going to work. Later, I'm going to cherish the ones that need to be cherished, right? The ones I love. Then we're gonna party if I feel like it. Then I'm gonna travel if I feel like it. And then I'm gonna be social if I feel like it. You know what I mean? Not because any sense of guilt or because I saw a TikTok therapist told me that you need to do it. You know what I mean? Curious thing, I started watching your content recently and the way you talked about Mistborn made me interested in the saga. So now here I am reading the first book and it's actually very... Let's go, bro, he's reading Mistborn. One more soul to Brandon Sanderson. Let's go. I've turned one more soul into Branderson. Nice, my guy, nice. Nice. And have you been reading stuff? Have you been reading other kind of stuff, or is the first book you kind of grab to read? Like, I'm sure you've read stuff, but like this is the first one out of a slope of not reading, or you've been reading a lot lately? Bro said, ha ha ha, yeah, but ha ha ha, yeah. Like what? Like what are you laughing to? You know what I mean? I'm just grabbing whatever icon to put on this keyboard. Then we'll do like the real ones, but right now I need to send this to see how it looks printed, you know what I mean? Yes, I have not been reading a lot lately. Let's go. Brandon Sanderson will get you to read. Right now, like I finished the Mistborn. I finished it. I already read the seven books, and I read The Sunlit Man. And I finished it. I really liked it, but then I noticed that you need to read first the Stormlight. You need to read first the Stormlight Archive and then read the Sunlit Man. That's the proper order to read it. So I fucked that up because it's supposed to be. Now I'm reading the Stormlight Archive, and I realized that if I had read that first and then the Sunlit Man would have been so much epic, so epic. No, bro, he read half the book totally. I read like 250 pages in 3 days. I did not expect that. Let's go, my guy. I'm so happy to read that, my guy. Sometimes I feel like what I say like falls into the void, you know what I mean? But to having people reach out and saying, yo, I picked up a book, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Makes me so happy. Can't you see I'm so happy? But yeah, the Stormlight Archive, I'm from the middle of the first book, and it's crazy. It's crazy good. Let's see how this sword looks. Kind of random, but I want to see how it looks. Should we do the numbers? I guess this works. I don't know if I should do more space bars. We could do more colors for the space bars, maybe. How do you find time to read? I've been wanting to read more, but gym, work, Photoshop, general responsibilities. Oh, I'm gonna do like a routine blog video, because I found that for me, the best time to read is when I go to bed and as soon as I wake up. Like when I wake up, I prepare like a coffee or mate or a tea or something like that. And I get on the couch and I start reading something. It's like I try to start the day with the least stimulating thing that I can. So I read, and I found that reading gets me to that, okay, I'm awake, so I can do now more. I'm awake now, and I can jump to more intensive tasks. So, or maybe I'll watch like a podcast or something while I wake up. But I found that it's better like to start slowly, read something, maybe half an hour. If you can read an hour, that's great. But yeah, I like to keep like one novel or something that's really gripping, that I'm really eager to read, and I read one of that, and then I read another book that I want to read, maybe something that's philosophy or business or whatever, and I read 2 books at a time. And for example, the other book that I'm reading now, I'm reading the Myth of Sisyphus for the second time, and that book I read like, maybe I'll stop working for a little bit and I read like half an hour, but once you get accustomed to reading, it will be really easy to jump in and out, right? At the beginning, it feels like it takes a lot of energy to start reading, you know? But once you get accustomed, you can just, maybe while you're waiting, you grab the book and you read a couple, like 20, 15 minutes can do a lot for you, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure, like at some point, you just grab your cell phone and do this.
Can you create an
like, I'm sure, right? And you lose a lot more time than reading. Like, I'm not saying don't do that. Like, I'm trying to fight scrolling, but if I want to, yeah. But if I want to scroll, like, I go to my bed and I read for at the morning is when I read the most. I found that I can read for 1 hour, and I want to read. You know, I want to see what happens in the book, so I read. And then at night, I'll read for another 20, 30 minutes, and then I'll scroll. If I want to scroll, I scroll. It's not the best, but you can't fight every impulse, you know what I mean? If I want to scroll, I scroll. I try to, yes, not to scroll during the day, you know, like not to lose 2 hours scrolling in the middle of the day, you know what I mean? But yeah. Yo, the sound is not going away, right? Because I can speak through here and you hear me all right. Like the previous streams, it was sounding horrible. But now I think I did it correctly. I still need to change my mic. I'm using like the HyperX, but I need to get like a Shure or like a nice mic with a separated like audio interface because they sound better. And yeah. So here we have, oh, what I wanted to try was, because you see guys, this is the gradient that I was talking you about. You see how it goes from light to dark? That's the color. It's not like gray. It's like a bluish tint. I think if I change it here, it's better. But why? It's an overlay. What happens if I put this? Like here. Yeah, but it's not the same. Like the play with the colors below is not the same, you know what I mean? I don't know if I should do it. I don't know if I should do it with the gradient or not. The gradient complicates everything. But I feel it's harder, you know what I mean? Soft light actually looks tough. But you see, if I do this here and I put it more. Vivid light goes crazy. Because the problem is that I find is that this rim color, like the highlight here, it looks like in that color it works, right? But in the colored keys, you see how the highlight is white. The highlight needs to be more like this, you know, more like greenish, not white as you see here. It needs to be more like that, like linear light. But I don't know how to do that part. Like maybe if all the keys are that color, it looks good, but it's not the same as having, oh, what happens if I put the color on top? If I put the color on top, on multiply, then it looks better. Then it looks better. There, you see what I mean, guys? You see it or not? Like I need the color to be, the color of the highlight to work. Almost like that, you know? Like that. The color needs to be on top. I figured it out. I figured it out. So I'm gonna put it like this. Ding, 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 ding. This one I'm gonna put it to normal. Let's put everything within a group. Let's put this on top of the keys. Let's call it colored keys. Colored keys. And let's put this entire group in linear light. We said that it was. Okay, but now you see now it needs to be another color for it to work. You see if you put it here, like it loses the, it needs to be more like this color. With this is gonna be hard to keep the Pantones like all correctly aligned, you know? This is not great. Actually, let me show you the other set. Oh no. Oh no, I just realized something. No way, I don't have the original set. I have this one that I already turned into. I already turned this into like vectors. No, this is bad. Because I need to rebuild this all over. Like, not rebuild it again, but the text layouts I need to do again. That's fucked. And where did it go? No. Oh, too bad. But it's not that bad. I can do that, no problem, but it's unfortunate. This is the other set. Look, guys. Like here I'm trying a different colors for the keycaps, for the keys, you see? But these are great, right? Oh, let me see if I had... Let me see my recycle bin. Oh no. Well, too bad. Doesn't matter. It's not that it's not that bad. So this is the full other keycap. This is the one that I'm most excited about because it's the one that I'm gonna be using when all is said and done and these are produced. But you see the backspace with the kunai. Look at this, the space bar. We have ones with texture. Look at these ones, guys. These are great, come on. Do you like them? These are hard. You're not gonna, don't let me lie, guys. These are great. But yeah, I'm still not sure about this. Because if I'm using like that linear light, I guess there is something here with the... You see there are colors that works better than others. I don't think this is it, guys. I don't think this is it. I didn't figure it out. But we'll do. Don't worry about it. Sorry. Fun fact, I work for an aerospace distributor and see blueprints for lots of things. When we get labels, I'm assuming they go on jets. For the font, a lot of the time it says they have to be in Helvetica. What does that even mean, bro? That's cooked. Oh. I'm still tripping about this color, bro. This needs to be in pass-through. But what do I do about the color, man? What do I do? Where do I go? Maybe... Maybe the specific ones that go on the colored keys need to be like a different thing, you know what I mean? Let's leave them like that for now, but I need to do something about this at some point because I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure this shit out. Like, we haven't heard back from the manufacturer yet to see what's the best ways to send the files, and I think we're gonna have to do key by key. I'm praying that we don't, but we might, and that's gonna be fucked. But it is what it is, you know. We need to do it for the process, you know. And I wanna die. Now another thing that oh, that's why. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, guys. Like, I love this color because it mixes well with the etiquettes, the labels. This kind of bluish tone I like. We can add a bit of texture. I have here some layers, but I'm not so... Oh, this is a... Because it's not only like a gradient on the background, it's also a gradient in the way the light interacts with the lights and shadows in the bevel and emboss effect. You see, it's not just like it's like a really subtle effect. Like, I'm really intrigued, like, how is this gonna look on the final keycap set. Like, it complicates stuff a lot, and I don't know if it really makes like a really noticeable difference. Like, if we could have like these that are like gray, I think that this looks fire also and could work. Because I wanted to check the other set to check one of the colors, because we are doing, for example, this color here. Which is this color. And then we go to that's the color, you know. This doesn't look bad. Like, that color I like. Now the problem is if they can produce it like this, like with the JPEG. Yeah, I'm gonna just add a few more symbols here and there just to see how it looks. I'm actually gonna grab from here a few. Now I'm just flying with this because I need to finish something to send to see how it looks. Then I'll get, once we get the sample and we see like the effect works, then I'll get to designing every icon properly and whatever, you know. I just need to see that it works. Oh my. Oh, I thought my mic had died. Well, I guess this is a nice point. I need to work on it a bit more tomorrow. I need to send, because I need to prepare at least one more keycap set. But yeah, guys, with this we are pretty advanced, I feel like. I think we're kind of done for today, at least for the stream. I'm gonna keep working in this for sure now, but yeah, if you have anything more that you'd like to chat about or something, let me know. If not, I'm gonna be finalizing the stream. And yeah. But again, guys, was a fun one. Hope to see you in the next one. Please remember to hop back into the Discord channel and do the exercises, do the assignment, my guys. Well, if no one has any further questions, was really fun, guys, to share this time with y'all what I did this. Hope to see you in the next one, guys, and also in the Discord channel or whatever. So you already know how it is. Fuck peace. Wish you conflict. Have a good night. Have a good night, guys. See you in the next one. Peace. Bye.